All right. Good evening, everybody. This is your host, Platano Cat, um, guiding you through week 4, day 1 of the WSBL season 2. Looks like we got a few people watching, but maybe they'll be tardy to the party. I'm going to go ahead and get this started. So let's see what we got for February 8th. All right. So, our very first game, we had Mexico City Quetzals taking a loss to Philadelphia Lightning. Um, 68 to 85. Player of the game, Buffalo Buffalo. Awesome job. 27 points, 1 assist, 4 rebounds, 1 steal. You also had 18 points from Boucher. You had 10 points from Dion. Um, looks like, oh, Dion also had 19 rebounds. That's sweet. Uh, Kruger had 16 points, 2 assists, 2 steals. And it looks like for Mexico City, your highest scorer was Petrov with 20 points, followed closely by Soderberg with 19, 9 rebounds. Everyone else was in single digits. He had 9 lead changes. For our next game, we had Matadors taking a win over the Puerto Rico Passion, 96 to 76. Player of the game was the Worm, 14 points, 4 assists, 15 rebounds, 2 blocks, 2 steals. Only 5 lead changes, so wow, okay. We had Turner with 20 points, 6 assists. Um, Asui with 10 points, 5 assists, 11 points from time, 17 points from Legacy. For Puerto Rico, you had 12 points for Takahashi, who also had 11 rebounds. Wait, that's cool. 11 points from Delphine, 15 points from Baker, 10 points from Scott. Let's see, 13 points from Boss. Okay, wow, look at those low percentages. Wow, I'm sorry. All right, next game. We had the San Diego Admirals taking a loss to Indiana Haymakers, 80 points to 93 points. Player of the game, God Simgod, with 25 points, 1 assist, 8 rebounds. Um, you also had 12 points, 20 rebounds from Von Salinar, 13 points, 5 rebounds from Garlic, 14 points from Iverson, 10 points from Magnuson, 14 points from Brick. You also had 10 rebounds from Good and 11 rebounds from Magnuson. For San Diego, you had 29 points from Froby Bryant, 19 points from Porter. Everybody else got single digits, so they're still working on their scoring. Looks like only 1 lead change, so yeah, Indiana had that in the bag early. Last game for the 8th, Detroit Generals take a loss to Lake Superior Raiders, 88 to 104. Player of the game, Tony Buckets, 26 points, 1 assist, 3 rebounds. You also had 15 points, 10 rebounds from Tippins, 16 points from Jay Buckets, 15 points from Pantazis. For Detroit, you had 19 points from Mobayo, 16 points from Jones, 12 rebounds from Shibungu. Okay. 11 assists from Jaro, 12 points from Sani, only 2 lead changes. So, again, another pretty much beginning to end win. All right. Did we get saved? Yes, we did. Okay. All right. I had a lot of games for February 9th. First one, we have Austin Vaqueros taking a win over New Jersey Blackjacks, 96-77. Player of the game, Mudbug Guthier, 18 points, 2 assists, 12 rebounds, 4 blocks, 3 steals. He had a little bit of everything. 15 points from Okoye, 22 points from Donuts. He also had 12 rebounds from Guthier, 14 points from Cunningham. Oh, I'm sorry, rebounds. 14 rebounds from Cunningham, 13 rebounds from Donuts. For New Jersey, you had 16 rebounds from Bodman. You had 18 points, 13 rebounds from Mogs, 22 points from M Buckets, with only 9 lead changes. Well, that's about average, I guess. 84% on those free throws. That's pretty dang high. Next, we have Ontario Legends taking loss to Philadelphia Lightning, 62-83. Play of the game, Timo Kruger, 23 points, 1 assist, 1 rebound, 1 block, 2 steals. You also had Boucher with 14 points, Erie with 13 rebounds, 14 points from Buffalo, Sabre with 10 rebounds. Okay. And then for Ontario Legends, you had, 11 points from Richards, 14 points from Colley. Everybody else was single digits with only 2 lead changes, so Philadelphia had it most of the game. Next, we have San Diego Admirals taking a loss to Edinburgh Golden Unicorns, 80-90. Carl Havoc, player of the game, with 20 points, 24 rebounds, 8 blocks, 2 steals. And then Fat Belly with 13 assists, 17 rebounds, 17 points. That's round, dude. That's sweet. That's a Fat Belly. 13 points from 117, 12 points from Shrimp. For San Diego, you had 23 points from Froby Bryant, and you had 22 points, 10 rebounds from Earther, and 11 assists from Growlith. You also had 14 rebounds from Kennedy. Cool. Okay. So getting more people involved. I see 10 points for Milton. Awesome. With 7 lead changes. Okay. Next up, wow, that's a close game. Carolina Reapers take a loss to Frankfurt Falcons, 82-84. Player of the game, Ryan Stryker Jr., 14 points, 2 assists, 7 rebounds, 1 block. We also had Tall with 10 points, 6 rebounds, 12 points, 8 assists, 3 rebounds from Gordon. 10 points from Mouse. For Carolina, you had 21 points from Halverson with 8 rebounds, 11 points from Bashir, 11 points from Brooks, 13 points from Felix, with 8 lead changes. All right, Detroit Generals take a loss to Mud City Wolves, 82-90. Player of the game, Baby Yoda. There you go, you got another one. 33 points, 1 assist, 9 rebounds, 1 block. You also had Smear Woods with 19 points, 16 rebounds from Yawa doing their thing. For Detroit, you had 14 points from Mobayo, 13 points from Jarrow, 10 points from Jones, 10 points from Hunt, 12 points from Bunny. So they had lots of people involved, but couldn't get it done, it looks like, with 11 lead changes. 76.9, so 77% of those free throws from Mud City. Lake Superior Raiders take a loss to Mexico City Quetzals, 89-96. Player of the game, Cecilia Soderberg. Way to go, Jess. 29 points, 10 rebounds, 1 block, 1 steal. You also had Del Vecchio with 11 points, 17 points, 18 rebounds from Ruby, 11 points, 18 assists from Baby. Wow, okay. Everybody's got their job over there. For the Raiders, you had 12 points from Samara, 12 points, 12 rebounds from O'Sullivan, 13 points from Tippins, 18 points from Jay Buckets, and 20 points from Pantazzi. So they had some high scores. They just couldn't get it away. 7-point lead. That's not a lot. Ooh. Triple digit game. All right. Madrid Matadors take a win over Seattle Orcas 121 to 105. That's a lot of buckets. Joe Turner, player of the game, with 30 points, 9 assists, 4 rebounds. You also had the Worm with 14 points, 8 rebounds. Asui with 13 points, 9 points from Time, 18 points from Jones, 15 points from T Legacy, 18 points from Guard. For Seattle, you had 36 points from Selleck. Only 4 points, but 19 rebounds from Kasonen. 19 points, 9 rebounds from Kirkby, 12 points, 10 rebounds from Ramza, 17 points from Fitzgerald. So they had all their starters doing something with 11 lead changes. Wow. Nobody can stop Madrid. They just keep going. Oops. Okay. Last game of the day. You have Singapore Sun Bears taking a loss to Vancouver Venom, 79 to 99. Mew Ford as the player of the game, 21 points, 5 assists, 8 rebounds, 1 steal. You also had Thomas with 15 points. You had Baines with 14 rebounds, 13 points from Kopernik, 11 points, 11 rebounds from Klink, 12 points from Purdue. And then for Singapore, you had 16 points from Buckets. Oh, Buckets. There's so many Buckets. 13 points from Thunderbunk, 22 points from T. Ryder, 12 points from Banks with 15 rebounds. All right, on to February 10th. Wow, what's going on? No games for Vegas, I guess. All right, yesterday's scores for February 10th. You had Philadelphia Lightning taking a win over Carolina Reapers, 90 points to 76 points. Timo Kruger, again, with the player of the game. 23 points, 2 assists, 3 rebounds, 1 steal. You also had Ty Dion with 12 points, 16 rebounds, 20 points from Buffalo, and 23 points from Kruger. Oh, yeah, that's the player of the game. Cool. And then 16 points from Halbertson for Carolina Reapers, 14 points, 8 rebounds for Bashir, 13 points for Felix, and 10 points for Bolton with 11 lead changes. Ooh, Philadelphia got their free throws up to 72. There we go. That'll do it. Oh, man, that's a high-scoring game. All right, Indiana Haymakers take a loss to New Jersey Blackjacks, 119 to 131. Oh, my God. Missing buckets, player of the game, 26 points, 4 assists, 3 rebounds, 1 steal. Oh, man, they got everybody involved. You got Bodman with 18 points, 10 points, 18 rebounds, 14 points from Timberlake, 13 points, 12 rebounds from Mogs, 14 points from Funk, 26 from Missing Buckets. Okay, that's how he got that player of the game. 10 points, 9 rebounds from Murasakibara, 17 points from McBasketball, 11 points from Draft. That's sweet. They got everybody involved. Same for the Indiana, though. They had 23 points, 9 rebounds from Simgod, 14 points from Von Salinar with 16 rebounds, 21 points from Garlic, 18 points from Iverson, 12 points from Not Good with 13 rebounds, 14 points for Brick, and 10 points for Magnuson with 22 lead changes. So that was back and forth. Tied 16 times. Good God. I don't know if 131 is a record high, but it's up there, especially since we're still kind of low in the season numbers. I haven't seen too many high scoring games yet. New York Imperials take a loss to Austin Vaqueros, 81 to 102. Player of the game, Dunkin' Donuts, 24 points, 3 assists, 7 rebounds, 1 block. You had Gutier with 10 points, 11 points for Johnson, 16 rebounds, 2 points for Cunningham, 15 points, 10 assists for Okoye, 19 points for Korosek, 24 points for Donuts. So that's how you got player of the game. You got highest scorer. 13 points for Graves. For New York Imperials, you had 16 points for Rockman, 4 points, 14 rebounds for Boz, 10 points for Baker, 19 points for Sanazo, 10 points for Venture. So getting some bench players, some double digits is sweet, but only 1 lead change, so that was Austin's game all the way. All right, South Beach Sting takes a win over Ontario Legends, 96 to 88. Player of the game, JQ, with 20 points, 3 assists, 7 rebounds, 1 block. You also had Miami Vice with 13 rebounds. Dave Davidson got 17 points, 6 assists, 1 steal. 15 points for Carlton Cashmere, 13 points from Ulaanbaatar, 14 points for Webb. On the other side, you had 11 rebounds, 5 points from DeFerrari, 14 points from Ray, 15 points from Obama, 16 points, 13 rebounds from Kali. Oh, and 15 points from Butter. Sweet. 12 lead changes, 7 times tied. What's going on with these percentages? Oh, okay. It's kind of a defensive duke out, looks like. Everything's low percent. Where am I? Oh, here we go. All right, Puerto Rico Passion taking a triple-digit win over Mexico City Quetzals, 106 to 88. Player of the game, Gracie Baker, with 19 points, 3 assists, 2 rebounds, 7 steals. 7 steals. He's been with 14 points, Kane with 10 points, 10 rebounds, Takahashi with 13 points, 10 rebounds, Delphine with 13 points, 9 assists. Mike Boss with 15 points, Bogut with 12 rebounds, 13 points for Scott. Everybody's involved. For Mexico City, you had Soderberg with 16 points, 10 rebounds, Del Vecchio with 10 rebounds, 2 points, 13 points from Ruby, 20 points from Petrov, with only 7 lead changes. Oops. All right, Frankfurt Falcons. Wow, 1-point game. Frankfurt Falcons take a win over Seattle Orcas, 87 to 86. Player of the game, Billy Diggler, with 15 points, 3 assists, 2 rebounds, 8 steals. You also had Striker Jr. with 14 points, Kirk with 15 rebounds, Very Tall with 14 rebounds, 8 points, Gordon with 13 points, Mouse with 14 points, 10 from Chan. For Seattle, you had Kirkby with 11 points, 21 points from both Selleck and Fitzgerald, and then only 4 lead changes. Man, with 1-point difference and only 4 lead changes, you would have thought that would have been a lot higher, but okay. All right. Panama Anteaters take a loss to Vancouver Venom, 76 to 88. Player of the game, Mew Ford again, picking up his second player of the game today, with 18 points, 2 assists, 10 rebounds, 2 steals. You also had Baines with 14 rebounds, 15 points from Thomas, 10 points from Kopernik, 17 points from Klink. For Panama, you had 10 points, 16 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal. From Basketball, 22 points from Stanton, 13 points from Great, 10 points from Chess. 15 lead changes in this game, both with high free throw percentages, 79 to 71. Was that it? Yeah, that was it. Okay. We have a game today, February 11th. That's my birthday. Let's see. It was Ontario. That's right. All right. And we finally fixed the jerseys. Thank you, Blast. Thank you, Dude Man, for helping me fix that. So starters for Ontario Legends: Jason Ray, Barack Obama, Elliot Richards, and Anthony DeFerrari, Blake Foe. For Madrid, you have Juan Time, Tsuyu. I can never say the first name. I'm sorry. Wildfire. Tsuyu Asui, Joe Turner, the Worm, and Point Guard. Oh, okay. What do you want to name your player? Point Guard. All right. All right. Bump up the jams a little bit. Make sure our options are okay. Enable auto sub. No, we don't want to pause at all stops. Come on and slam. Come on and jam. Frankfurt's live stream has not happened. It is on the February 13th, and we are on February 11th currently. Yeah, Al, what the heck? Wait, yeah, what the hell is going on with the players? I don't know why it's off like that. Oh, it's the dimensions. Have we had a Madrid home game yet? I'm not too sure. Yeah, this is why. They just moved the court. They just have one of those basketball arenas with the floor that it retracts so they can use it for like monster trucks and stuff. But they just like only partially bring it out. Harm, go home. You're drunk. All right. So at the half, you have Ontario Legends with a very surprising lead over Madrid Matadors, 45-34. So far, player of the game Anthony Ferrari with 4 points, 2 assists, 13 rebounds, 3 blocks, 1 steal, doing a little bit of everything. You only had 2 lead changes and tied once so far in this game. So let's keep it going. Yeah, Musha, we finally got the jerseys figured out. So everybody is clothed for this game, but we moved the court. So we couldn't have everything 100% perfect. Oh no. Madrid's closing the gap. No, 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 no. Oh my goodness. Just when you thought the underdogs were going to have a runaway game, topple one of the top teams, if not the top team in the league, now you have a nail biter for a whole fourth quarter. Ooh, Ontario got the lead back, 5 points. Dude, Ontario's going to do it. Oh, man. There you go. That'll do, pig. All right, Ontario Legends taking a surprising win over Madrid Matadors, 85-71. Anthony Ferrari, who was the player of the game at the half, continued to perform well, ending up with 6 points, 4 assists, 24 rebounds, 6 blocks, 1 steal. You also had Richards with 11 points, 8 rebounds, 8 points, 15 rebounds from Foe, 19 points from Ray, 14 points from Kali. For Madrid, you had 12 points from Turner, 13 points, 18 rebounds from the Worm, 10 points from Asui, 10 points from Legacy, with 9 lead changes. Now at the half, there's only 2 lead changes, so it spiced up for the second half. But good job, Ontario. Let's save this real quick. And then we need to go back. All right. For our other games, we had Lake Superior Raiders taking win over Carolina Reapers 87-80. Player of the game, Johnny Buckets, 17 points, 2 assists, 6 rebounds, 2 steals. He also had 10 points from Samara, 12 points from T Buckets, 11 points, 14 rebounds from O'Sullivan, 10 points from both Reeves and Pantazis, while Reeves had 10 rebounds. For Carolina, you had 18 points from Bashir with 10 rebounds, 22 points from Halbertson, 16 assists, 3 points from Renouf, 10 points from Felix, with only 4 lead changes, 2 times led. 2 times tied. All right. Singapore Sun Bears take a win over Panama Anteaters 90-78. Player of the game, Franz Funderbunk, 23 points, 3 assists, 11 rebounds, 1 block, 1 steal. P Money, 16 points, 11 rebounds, 7 points from O Buckets, 16 points from T Ryder, 12 assists from Willie Miller. Who else? 13 points from Banks with 15 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 steals. Okay, that's pretty rounded. From Panama, you had 11 points, 13 rebounds from Basketball, 10 points from Mellet, 10 points from P Great, 14 points from Jetson, 15 points from Chess, with no lead changes, times tied. Singapore won that beginning to end. And then last game for the 11th, we had Detroit Generals taking loss to San Diego Admirals, 72-80. Player of the game, Flat Earther, 20 points, 3 assists, 13 rebounds, 1 block, 1 steal. You also had Kennedy with 16 points, 9 rebounds. Froby Bryant with 17 points, 12 points from Porter, 11 points from Milton. While Detroit, you had 15 points from Mobayo, 13 points from Jones, 13 points from Sani, with 10 lead changes. Pretty close game, but all right. We'll save this again real quick. All right, February 12th, who we got? Finally, we get a game. Dang. Volt's in there finally. Let's see, our next live game is on the 13th. That's right. Okay. Light it up. No Parm, tell us why. Yeah, dude. Froby's Pog. All right, let's see who we got. We got Detroit Generals taking a loss to New York Imperials, 77-94. Pasta Rockman, player of the game, with 31 points, 2 assists, 11 rebounds, 1 steal. He also had 13 points from Price, 11 rebounds, 2 points from Boz, 13 points from Thompson, 15 points from Baker. While Detroit, you had 10 points from Cloudera with 10 rebounds, 10 points from Jones, 10 points from Bunny. Everybody got 10 points. 11 points from Yoshi, with only 3 lead changes. So New York pretty much had that at the beginning. All right, Frankfurt Falcons taking a win over Philadelphia Lightning, 84-53. Player of the game, Ryan Stryker Jr. I believe that's his second player of the game for today. 16 points, 2 assists, 7 rebounds, 2 blocks, 5 steals. You also had 16 points from Gordon, 11 rebounds, 3 assists from Tall with 7 points, 11 points from Diggler, 12 points from Mouse, while Philadelphia, you had 11 points from Dion, 10 points from Saber, 16 points from Dingo with only 2 lead changes. So, again, not a close game. Dang. All right, Vegas Volts take a loss to Edinburgh Golden Unicorns, 84-104. That's a crushing. Player of the game, Hayase Nagatoro, 29 points, 1 assist, 5 rebounds. You had 29 points from Riggs, 6 points, 10 rebounds from Andrews, 11 points from Sullivan, 14 points from Surge, 14 points from Steele. For Edinburgh, you had 11 points from Stone, 16 points from Bud, 29 points from Nagatoro. So, okay, player of the game was the highest scorer. 15 points from Bernstein, 10 points from Shrimp with only 2 lead changes. So, again, third game of the day, that was not close. All right. Puerto Rico Passion take a loss to San Diego Admiral, 77-89. Darius Porter, player of the game, 18 points, 3 assists, 6 rebounds. 11 points for Earther, 9 points, 12 rebounds from Kennedy, 18 points from Bryant. For Puerto Rico, you had 13 points from Heesbean, 10 points for Kane, 7 points, 13 rebounds for Takahashi, 13 points from Scott, and 10 points for Bogut. This game had 9 lead changes. That's the highest we've had so far today. Cool. Then we have South Beach Sting taking a win over Mexico City Quetzals, 108-96. Carlton Cashmere, player of the game, 33 points, 2 assists, 5 rebounds, 1 steal. You also had Dave Davidson with 23 points, 6 assists, 7 rebounds, 11 points from Boot, while Mexico City, you had 26 points from Soderberg with 11 rebounds, 16 points for Petrov, 10 points from both Kerr and Yoon, and 11 points from Cambridge with 14 lead changes. All right, we're getting higher with the lead changes. We're just getting more action going on. And then Austin Vaqueros take a loss to Seattle Orcas, 90-106. Player of the game, Franklin Fitzgerald, 28 points, 2 assists, 5 rebounds, 1 steal. You also had Ramza with 10 points, 21 points from Kirkby, 20 points for Selleck with 10 assists, 15 points from Kane. For Austin Vaqueros, you had 11 points from Gutier with 12 rebounds, 12 points for Johnson, 4 points, 14 rebounds for Cunningham, 21 points from Korosek, 19 points from Dunkin' Donuts with only 4 lead changes. So we're getting back to the low lead changes. All right. And then New Jersey Blackjacks taking a win over Vancouver Venom, 91-87. That's a pretty close game. Bugsy Mogs as the player of the game with 16 points, 9 rebounds, 3 blocks. You also had Bodman with 13 rebounds, 4 points. Slumberlake with 10 points. Funk with 11 assists, 4 points. 21 points from M Buckets. 13 points from McBasketball. 10 points from Draft. For Vancouver, you had 12 points from Mewford, 8 points, 11 rebounds from Mahogany, 26 points from Thomas, but don't miss 16 rebounds from Baines, and then 15 points from Klink. The only 2 lead changes, so, I mean, with a close a score as that, you would have expected more lead changes, but that's beginning to end. All right. That's everything for the 12th. We'll save it. All right, 13th. Today we have a live game in, where is it? Frankfurt, or Falcons. Yep, Philadelphia Lightning. There we go. Light it up. Shoot, Volts didn't have a game for like the first 5 days, so shush. All right, so for our second live game today, we have Philadelphia Lightning starters Buffalo Buffalo, Petra Saber the third, Ronnie Boucher, Hoosh Ere, Todd Dion. For Falcons, we have George Gordon, Billy Diggler, Ryan Stryker Jr., Ornette Kirk, and Virgin Tall. Man, this is like a Christmas game. Okay. Double check. Where is it? There we go. Yep. All right. So at the half, we have a very close game with Philadelphia Lightning trailing Frankfurt Falcons by only 3 points, 32 to 35. Player of the half so far is George Gordon with 10 points, 4 assists, 4 rebounds, 2 steals, with 9 lead changes so far. Let's keep it going. I figured it out. I figured out what this game with these team colors and stuff remind me of. Mike and Ike's. Reminds me of Mike and Ike's. Dang. Okay, so Frankfurt was able to pull away in the fourth quarter. All right, so we ended with Philadelphia taking a loss to Frankfurt, 79 to 91. Player of the game was George Gordon, 20 points, 7 assists, 5 rebounds, 3 steals. You also had 7 points, 8 rebounds from Kirk, 11 points from Striker Jr., 11 points from Tall, 10 points from Claflin. That's a new name. 14 points from Chan. On the other side, you had 16 points from Boucher, 10 rebounds from Erie, 8 points, 13 rebounds from Dion, 34 points from Buffalo. Dang, he was carrying his team. With, let's see, 14 lead changes, 5 times tied. Cool. Good job, Frankfurt. We'll go ahead and save real quick. Where was that? Okay. For the other games that we had yesterday, we had a very close game between New York Imperials and New Jersey Blackjacks, 81-83. Player of the game, Bugsy Mogs, 23 points, 1 assist, 11 rebounds. You also had 13 rebounds, 4 points from Bodman, 18 points from M Buckets, 8 points from Funk, 17 points from McBasketball. For New York, you had 22 points from Pasta Rockman, 16 points from Price, 19 rebounds, 4 points from Boz, 11 points from Baker, 25 lead changes. This was back and forth. That was a duke out. All right, Lake Superior Raiders taking a loss to Panama Anteaters in another close game. Only 5-point difference. Basketball, third player of the game. 13 points, 1 assist, 12 rebounds, 1 block, 2 steals. You also had Stanton with 17 points, 12 points, 14 rebounds from Mallet. On the other side, you had 18 points from J Buckets, 12 points from S. Tippins. You better get my graphics drivers updated. Get out of here. High-scoring game. Madrid Matadors taking a very close loss to Mexico City Quetzals, 107-108. Cecilia Soderberg, player of the game, 25 points, 4 assists, 13 rebounds, 1 block. You also had 10 points from Ruby, 11 points, 11 assists from Baby, 22 points from Petrov, 10 points from both Yoon and Cambridge. I think that's the second time they tied today. 12 rebounds from Kerr. For Madrid, you had 25 points from Turner, 15 points, 10 rebounds from the Worm, 10 points from Masui, 11 points from Celia, 14 points from Jones, and 18 points from Legacy. Indiana Haymakers take a loss to Seattle Orcas, 97-104, in another pretty close game. Franklin Fitzgerald, player of the game, 28 points, 4 assists, 8 rebounds. Ramza had 25 points. Selleck had 18 points, 10 points, 11 rebounds from Crown, 11 rebounds for Johnson. While for Indiana, you had God Simgod again as their highest scorer, 27 points, 8 rebounds. And then Von Salinar, 12 points, 15 rebounds, 17 points, 10 assists for Garlic, 14 points for Iverson, 11 points for Magnuson, with only 4 lead changes times tied 3. And our last game for the 13th, you had Ontario Legends taking a loss to Vancouver Venom. So, okay, Ontario Legends take a win over, they beat Madrid Matadors, and then they take a loss by like 30 points to Vancouver. Okay, Sim. Mew Ford is player of the game, 22 points, 3 assists, 17 rebounds. You also had Mahogany with 10 points, Baines with 13 rebounds, 2 points, Klink with 14 rebounds, 20 points, and then 11 points from Tanner. For Ontario, you had 12 points from Obama, 13 points from Kali, and 11 points from Butter. With no lead changes, Vancouver had that beginning to end. Yeah, I know Vancouver is a tough team. They're in my division. It's a pain in the butt. All right, February 14th, Valentine's Day. Let's get some lovin'. Parm, I don't look who talks and says things, okay? I just reply immediately. Oh, man. See, here's a sim again. You got like 10 games and then one game. All right, whatever. All right. You got San Diego Admirals taking a loss to Carolina Reapers, 78-85. Player of the game, Samir Bashir, 32 points, 1 assist, 8 rebounds. Halverson had 12 rebounds, 9 points. Brooks had 13 rebounds, 11 points. Renouf had 12 assists, 7 points. Felix with 12 rebounds. For San Diego, you had 29 points from Froby Bryant, him doing his thing. Milton with 12 points. Everybody else was single digits on mostly everything, except maybe rebounds for Medeiros and Tsunami. Johnny Tsunami, cool. And then you got New Jersey and Imperials again with another close game. New Jersey winning 89-81. Bugsy Mogs again, the player of the game, 25 points, 15 rebounds, 2 blocks. You also had Funk with 10 points and 18 points from Hendricks, 16 rebounds from Murasaki Bara. For Imperials, you had 18 points, 13 rebounds for Pasta Rockman, 12 points for Price, 6 points, 15 rebounds for Boz, and is that 14 or 16? I don't have my glasses on. 14 points for Baker, 11 points for Sinazo, with only 4 lead changes, 3 times tied, so not a lot of back and forth. They do that. Those two always do that. They don't have a lot of lead changes, but they're always like super close. Indiana Haymakers take a loss to Edinburgh Golden Unicorns, 96-105. Player of the game, Carl Havoc, 17 points, 2 assists, 19 rebounds, 6 blocks, 2 steals. It's a well-rounded stat board. All right. You had 11 points from Bud. Let's see, 21 points from Nagatoro, 23 points from Bernstein, 10 points from 117. For Indiana, you had 20 points from both Simgod and Van Salinar, while Simgod also had 12 rebounds, 16 points from Garlic, 15 points from Iverson. Pretty close game. What was that, only 9 points? When is someone trading for Boz? Well, okay, so I'm in GM chat, so I can't say anything about that. But South Beach Sting took a loss to Madrid Matadors, 107-118. Joe Turner, 41 points. I think that's the highest points we've seen today. 7 assists, 5 rebounds. You also had 14 points from Sui, 13 points from Jones, 11 points from Guard. So, dang, Turner pretty much carried that game. For South Beach, you had 18 points, 14 rebounds from JQ, 16 points from Dave Davidson, 23 points from Carlton Cashmere, 16 points from Webb. I like those 70% on the free throws. All right. And then you got Singapore Sun Bears taking a win over Mud City Wolves. Singapore is not a pushover either. They're doing pretty good this season too. 93-75. Tugboat Rider, player of the game, 24 points, 4 assists, 2 rebounds, 2 steals. You also had P Money with 12 points, 11 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, 3 blocks. I like when they get everything. That's so sweet. O Buckets with 13 points, Funderbunk with 18 points, and Banks with 8 points, 15 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 steals, 1 block, 1 turnover, 1 personal foul. All right. Baby Yoda had 23 points, 14 points from Samir Woods, and everybody else got single digits. No lead changes really, so Singapore beginning to end. All right, Vegas Volts take a win over Philadelphia Lightning, 93-75. Jerry Riggs, player of the game, 29 points, 1 assist, 5 rebounds, 1 block, 1 steal. You also had 6 points, 10 rebounds, 2 assists from Brandanowitz. Handrews with 6 points, 16 rebounds, 19 points from Sullivan. I only got 2 points. Still on the board. Still made it. Still noteworthy. 13 points from Bright. 17 rebounds from Ordo. Sweet. 10 points from Steele. For Philadelphia Lightning, you got 24 points from Boucher. 10 points from Buffalo. Buffalo always does that. He scores like a ton of points and then doesn't score a lot like the next game. I don't get it. Ty Dion with 11 rebounds. Tying Erie's 11 rebounds. No lead changes, beginning to end. All right, you got Frankfurt Falcons versus Mexico City Quetzals. Frankfurt taking a loss 87-99. Player of the game, Cecilia Soderberg, again, 31 points, 10 rebounds, 1 steal. You also had Ruby with 13 rebounds, 2 points, 15 points from Petrov, 14 points from Cambridge, 11 points from Yoon, 13 points, 10 rebounds from Kerr. For Frankfurt, you had 17 points, 10 rebounds for Tall, 10 points for Gordon, 14 points for Digler, 16 points for Claflin. Only 3 changes, 1 time tied, so that was, again, beginning to end. And last game for the 14th. Puerto Rico Passion take a loss to Vancouver Venom, 68-87. Wilhelm Klinks is the player of the game, 14 points, 11 rebounds, 1 block, 2 steals. You had Mew Ford with 11 points. You had Mahogany with 9 points, 13 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks, 2 turnovers, 2 personal fouls. 13 points from Thomas, 11 points from Kopernik, 14 points, 11 rebounds from Klink. So I like it when you get more of the... Oh, no, he was their highest scorer. Okay. Go Wilhelm. 10 points from Purdue. For Puerto Rico Passion, you had 10 points from Kane, 10 points from Scott. Everybody else had single digits and everything except Bogut's 11 rebounds. All right. Save that again. One game for the 15th. And all the fake teams. Ontario Legends take a loss to Puerto Rico Passion 62-86. Play of the game, Axel Heesbein, 22 points, 1 assist, 12 rebounds. You also had 10 points, 12 rebounds from Takahashi, 19 points from Baker. While Ontario, you had 14 points from Richards, 8 points, 10 rebounds from De Ferrari, 5 points, 11 rebounds from Butter, and 12 points from Colley with no lead changes. So Puerto Rico Passion led beginning to end. All right. All-Star Weekend. We skipped this. Sorry, everybody. I don't do that. We don't do that. I don't know. I was told to skip it. '17th. We're going through the 20th today. Is that it for our games? That is it for our games. Okay. Sweet. Gonna save that. All right. Let's take a look at our standings. So we have New Jersey Blackjacks on top of their division. Wow, 12 and a half games above New York Imperials. Okay. Madrid Matadors still on top of their division. Singapore Sun Bears trying to catch up, 4.5 games behind. Central Division, Austin Vaqueros in top, almost 10 games above Lake Superior. Vancouver Venom on top of their division. Vegas Vaults 4 games behind them. Seattle 5 games behind them. All right. Oh, you guys want to see All-Star stuff? Okay. I don't know how to do that. Let's see. Can we just go back to play sim? And then can we go back to... I thought we had more games, so I was told to skip the All-Star stuff. But if you guys want to look at it, we can. All-Star weekend. Wait, was it the 15th that it started? No, it was the 16th. Okay. So, slam dunk contest. Okay. Who do you have? Olivia Rose, 62, Tony Bucket. Oh, here it is. Johnny Buckets. Champion Johnny Buckets. Okay, sweet. How the heck I go back? There we go. Three-point contest. Justin Slimberlake. Sweet. Who all was in it? Kale Johnson, Hayase Nagatoro, Billy Diggler, Leon Wagner, Justin Slimberlake, Konstantin Selleck, Franklin Fitzgerald, Connor Tanner. So, wow. Blackjacks and Orcas both had 2 players in. Let's go to the 17th. Come on. Okay. Rookies versus sophomores. Okay, let's see. Ha! Parm, player of the game. There you go. 25 points, 2 assists, 2 rebounds, 3 steals. Let's see. For our rookies, you had Richards with 10 points. You had 16 points from Sinazo, 21 points from Legacy, 17 points from Magnuson. For sophomores, you had 12 points from Bashir, 13 points from Funderbunk, 14 points from Dave Davidson, 14 points from Carlton Cashmere. Wow, 17 assists? Dang. 11 points from Froby Bryant, 10 points from Tippins, 12 points from Kirkby, 11 points from Yoda, 10 points from Gautier. I know. I don't know what's going on with Davidson. He's got to the All-Star game, was just handing it out like candy. That was the one we just did. East versus West. West winners. Boom. Baby Yoda gets it. 31 points, 4 rebounds, 2 blocks. You also had 19 points from Riggs, 9 points, 12 assists from Gautier, 15 points, 15 assists from Tippins, 16 points from Froby Bryant, 22 points, from Fitzgerald, 6 points, 10 assists from Thomas, 17 points from Von Salinar. For East, you had Samir Bashir with 9 points, 3 assists, 7 rebounds, 16 points from both Kane and Funderbunk, 24 points from Cashmere, 12 points from Davidson, 13 assists, 20 points from M Buckets, 13 points from Turner. Cool. Was that all the All-Star stuff? I think it was. 18, 19, 20. Yeah, and then it just didn't schedule anything for several days. That's where we are. Yeah, real quick, do you guys want to see the league leaders? There we go. All right. Points per game. There you go, Parm. You're on the top for points per game, followed by Baby Yoda and Carlton Cashmere. Assists per game, Crybaby, Willie Miller, Captain Fatbelly. Rebounds per game, Todd Dion, Swantavius Banks, Ice Shack Baz. Blocks per game, Baz, P Money, Andrew Bogut. Steals per game, Baz, Johnson, Tatum. Parm, there you go. Field goal attempts. Field goals made. Parm. Baby Yoda. Carlton Cashmere. Field goal percentage. Franz Funderbunk, Brandanowitz. There you go. And JQ. 3-point attempts per game. Missing buckets. Nagatoro, Selleck. 3 points made. Missing buckets. Nagatoro, Selleck. 3-point percentage. Selleck, Tanner, Fitzgerald. Okay. Free throw attempts. Parm, Yoda, Cashmere. You see who the leaders are for like each play style. Carlton, Cashmere. Buffalo, Yoda for free throws made. Free throw percent. Buffalo, Carlton, Cashmere, God Simgod. Turnovers per game. Buffalo. Maybe that's why. Okay. Player efficiency. I don't know what that means. Double doubles. Bugsy Mogs. P Money. The Worm. Triple doubles. Still 2 people. Oh, we got 3 people on there now. Snake Tippins got 1. Cool. All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'm going to call it quits. Everybody have a good night.